Back in 1874, John Jakes worked for the Deseret News in the position I now occupy, with oversight of opinion and editorials. Every day now, from my fifth floor office, I look directly at a replica of the printing press that John Jakes and the pioneers dragged across the American plains. I'm sure that Jakes and his colleagues worked a lot harder than I did with that wrought iron press and faced many greater challenges than I do with our computer-controlled publishing system today. One thing we have in common, however, one thing that transcends the decades in between our time in the opinion editor's chair, is our commitment to truth. In the late 1840s, Jakes was a young missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in England. He must have spent a great deal of time contemplating the question of what the truth actually is and how he could live the truth with trust-building integrity. And while he didn't have a 24/7 news cycle to contend with or a vast internet of innuendo to corral, he did feel compelled to explore the truth. John Jakes took up his pen, as writers often do, to try to capture his thinking. The result was the poem that ultimately became a hymn, "Oh, say what is truth." It concludes with the powerful phrasing, "Then say what is truth. 'Tis the last and the first, for the limits of time it steps o'er. Though the heavens depart and the earth's fountains burst, truth, the sum of existence, will weather the worst, eternal, unchanged, evermore." In the age of fake news, confirmation bias, social media echo chambers, alternate facts, and straight-up lies, the looming question for me is, who's responsible for truth? You see, every day, prominent national media personalities, politicians, and business executives demonstrate through their words and actions that they do not want to be responsible for, and may not even be interested in, the truth. So, who is responsible for the truth? In 2018, early in my stint here as opinion editor, I had been wanting to write about truth. In fact, I informed my editorial assistant, Christian Sagers, of my intent to write a column that week about truth. But as the deadline loomed, my Thursday spun into unexpected meetings and my writing time absolutely evaporated. So I told Christian to just hold my spot at the bottom of the page. Well, deadlines passing, 5 p.m. rolled around. I was in the middle of playing guest host on a national radio program, and Christian brought me the proof for the printed paper for that day. Down at the bottom of that page was my picture and a placeholder headline. And in red pen, Christian had scrawled, "Truth will be written here." The answer to my question about who is responsible for truth was right in front of me in bright red ink. I am responsible for truth, and so are you. Several years ago, Oprah Winfrey delivered a fiery commencement speech to the graduating class of the University of Southern California's Annenberg School of Journalism. She challenged those graduates to embrace, live, and be the truth. In the crescendo of her address, Winfrey implored them.
So your job now, let me tell you, is to take everything you've learned here and use what you've learned to challenge the left, to challenge the right, and the center. When you see something, you say something, and you say it with the facts and the reporting to back it up. The truth exonerates and it convicts. It disinfects and it galvanizes. The truth has always been and will always be our shield against corruption, our shield against greed and despair. The truth is our saving grace. To tell it, to write it, to proclaim it, to speak it, but to be it. Be the truth. Be the truth.
I found it significant that Oprah didn't challenge the students to be their truth, as is very popular among the more relativists of today. She told those students to be the truth. You see, each of us is responsible for truth. We need a greater commitment to truth throughout the world, and in particular on that thing we call the World Wide Web. We need a lot more truth. In truth, each of us are responsible, truly responsible, for the truth. So as I continue to write columns, I'm also determined to live up to the challenge of my wise beyond his years colleague who wrote in bright red pen, "Truth will be written here."